Well, hello there, Virgo. Welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and I'm here to talk to you about what is going on for June. We're going to do the full overview, which is going to have 4 columns and 3 rows as per usual, talking about the full month, and then we'll go in deep at the very end on the very first week of June, which is the 1st through the 7th. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about my messages from my better angels. We only have one message for all 12 signs for the entire month. And it's basically we can learn new things. And that really is all encompassing. It talks about learning new things around the house, learning new things on your computer, learning new things at work or in relationships, or just about people in general. Learning new things about your friends, family, and others. And taking it in as information as opposed to something you need to process and spit something out. You don't have to have a product at the end, okay? So whatever this knowledge is, it will help you do better with what you're doing, but it doesn't have to do, like if you're taking in information about other people, you don't need to have an answer, right? You don't have to fix it, change it, or alter it. You just take it in and absorb it, all right? So that's kind of cool, and I like that for us. We are going to go ahead and light the candle for now and give you some good vibes for this reading. We have the Shaman's Dawn candle. It is a brand of candle. Popcorn. And that's kind of the logo that it has on it, but you can't, of course, read the words. This one is Palo Santo, so it smells exactly like that. And it's got shaman's vibes all mixed into it, so we're creating some really good vibes here. Excellent. Thank you so much. And let's go ahead and look at getting a couple of guiding card and our mystery card, all right? So, a couple of new decks. We have the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, which is what we're going to use for your guiding card for the month, Virgo. What do we need for Virgo for this month? That's the one right there. All right. So we'll have that. And we're going to get a mystery card for you. We're going to get into this card at the end of the reading. All of these decks have been pre-programmed for you, so please don't be alarmed. This one is the Mini Antique Tarot. We're going to go ahead and use it to get a single card that we'll use to close out the reading. It'll help kind of clarify things at the end, I think. This is the one for you. Oop, there it is. Almost got away. All right, we're going to put it right there. We'll look at that at the end of the reading. So now I am going to go ahead and, we're going to look at the card. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. Yes, you got the Wheel of Fortune. Isn't that wonderful? So we are in a place this month of working through our karma. So Virgo, you are definitely in a place where everything that you're working on may look familiar or feel familiar. You'll feel like, oh, I've seen this before. And or I had an interesting experience the last time I did this. This is an awkward moment. Or whatever that is for you, you're going to need to accept and appreciate the truth that you're like, I've seen it. I understood it. How do I do this now? And we want you to get on board with it and realize, okay, I can do this. And what you're going to do in this moment is try something new. All month long, you're going to be trying something new or working it out in a different way than you normally have, okay? So, indeed, it's an opportunity. This month is an opportunity, all right? I love it for you. I think it's going to be great. You're going to have a good time with it, and it's going to be expansion for you, all right? So, let us go ahead and get into the reading, all right? So, I'm going to pick up this beautiful deck, which is Tempest, I believe, is what it's called. It's all listed in the description box below. We're going to go ahead and put out the 4 columns representing where you are, what's blocking you, and your solution. So that's the 3 rows, but the 4 columns are just one a week, right? So this is what's blocking you, and the last row is, of course, your solution. So, cool. I do love these cards. They're beautiful. They're very piratey, which I really, really like. but they're not so piratey. I mean, they are definitely piratey, but you know what I mean. I like them because they're not too cluttered and mixed up and messy. So I can see them clean and proper and show them proper. So, all right. So we're talking about the 1st through the 7th. Over here, we'll go in depth on this week at the end of this reading. So we're going to go through all 4 weeks and then set the others aside for other readings. Okay? Cool. Let us look at what we have here. We have the Knight of Wands. And yes, the Knight of Wands is talking about how during June 1st through the 7th, you need to fight for your ideas. Stand up for what you want. Make sure you're seeing what you need to see and working towards what you want to work towards, and that people understand your point of view, okay? And when they understand your point of view, I think they'll come on board, all right? We have the world is blocking you. The world is blocking you, meaning that there might be just too much territory to cover, right? So you have a big idea, but maybe it's too far away and you can't get there on time to do what you want to do, okay? So just be aware that you might have to look at it from a different perspective and think about covering that terrain in a different way, all right? So you might still be able to get what you want, but you might have to do it a different way. You may not be able to drive there, you might have to fly, all right? Just thinking outside the box, right? And now, of course, your solution is the Four of Cups, the foundation of your heart. The foundation of your heart will be getting stronger, more stable, more complete in this special way because you are looking outside the box, changing your karma, and working it through. So beautiful. I think that there are opportunities that you're working towards and that you're going to ultimately get what you want. And I think you are going to work through the karmic issue here in this particular week and absolutely get where you're going, all right? Now then, let's talk about the next week over, which is the 8th through the 14th. We have the Page of Swords. New information is coming to you about ways to manifest more power. So this is cool. You like that? It's nice. You're going to feel more in control of different things. Information will come to you that will, okay? Or ways to become more in control. Yay. The 5 of Wands is blocking you. You're not going to be able to get any help doing this situation, so you're going to have to be aware of that and plan accordingly. It is going to be a solo mission, all right? Now, the 8 of Cups is showing that part of your solution is going to be letting something go or somebody go that no longer serves you. So you'll be releasing it so you can grow. This could be physical stuff or a way of thinking or a relationship. Usually, the 8 of Cups is usually about letting it go anymore. They're not doing anything. They're not adding any value to your life, but they actually ask for certain things and then don't show up or don't do their side of the story. So whoever this is, you won't miss them. You won't miss them. But it may be a little bit of a struggle getting from point A to point B on that situation. So give yourself a little break. It might be emotionally taxing, all right? Now then, let's talk about the 15th through the 21st. We have the 4 of Wands. You are having a mind meld with somebody. Somebody else is catching what you're putting down and like, oh yeah, let's do this. They're starting to finish your sentences. You and them are having a brilliant conversation that feels very on point and appropriate in the moment, and you're feeling really good about what's coming out. So there's a lot of good stuff happening here. We like this. This is what we want most, is to feel loved and supported and appreciated in this moment. So yay, you've got all of that going on, and you're feeling the mental support that you need right now, which is good. Perfect. What's blocking you? We have the Page of Cups. New information about things that you care about are going to be getting in the way because you're like, wait a minute. I'm intellectually stimulated and happy, and now my heart is getting weird because you're like, okay, over here you had a nice foundation for your heart. You'd done a lot of things. I think you worked out a family visit or something like that. So things worked out very nicely there, but you had to get back onto your intellectual stuff. And now your heart people, your family is coming back and going, hi, what about us? You're like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. So there's stuff happening. These things are overlapping and taking different bits of time, and you're like, okay, how do I handle this? And we have the Nine of Wands. And this is about you figuring out what you want and how you want to do it and standing up for what you want. Okay, so you're going to make a decision personally, and you're weighing between your intellectual requirements and your family requirements. Both of them have equal value, and you have to make a personal decision about what you want to stand up for and what you want to choose. All right? And when you make that choice is when you will have that thing that changes it. Okay? All right. So you're going to have opportunities in this moment for you to take care of that. All right? So be aware there is work to do and a choice to make, and you'll be having to stand up for what you want in the moment. All right? The final week of June, we're talking about the 22nd through the 28th. Movement, change, big changes are happening. You could be taking a trip, planning a trip, moving your house, or even moving your job. So something big is changing for you. I think you've made your big choice between family and thought, or work and family, or whatever this is. Maybe you're going to move your job closer to your family, or something is changing big for you at this time. So you're going to make some decisions, and it's going to be okay. All right? You are going to be fine. All right? Making decisions is hard, but you have support in the process. Nine of Pentacles is showing you that it's blocking you. It's all about the money. It's about how sometimes you have a certain amount of money, but you're like, okay, I wanted to figure out how to do this before I did that. How am I going to make this happen and work properly in my favor? So there's part of you that's a little nervous about the situation and wondering how you're going to handle that. Do be aware that it's an awkward situation, but your finances are on tap. You want to make a big move, and your money is a little blocking you right now. Maybe it's a little too invested, so you can't make the big move you want to, or change you want to. But you're going to make a major move anyway. I feel like you're going to pick up your ideas and go. All right? So maybe you'll just go there on the fly, do a little camping, and figure something out on the way. All right? Figure it out when you get there. So I love that you're going to make some major change, and that's going to be very good for you. Okay? So let's go ahead and save these cards off to one side. And we will come back to all of these in other videos, so don't worry. They're coming back. They are not done yet. We are going to go in depth right away on the first week of June, the 1st through the 7th. So these are those three cards, and we're going to add these cards to them to see if we can't get this figured out. All right? These are all pre-programmed cards. This is the Light Seers Tarot. Let's see what we have here. All right. Now, we are talking one more time about the Knight of Wands, fighting for your ideas, wanting to be heard and seen and understood. Like, come on, let's do this. I want to do this. And it's interesting because there are many options for what you might do this particular time, and you're kind of trying to figure it out. Like, okay, these are the things I want to do. So you're sorting it out. You're sorting out the options. There are a lot of options on the table. As you sort them out, figure out which ones are going toward your dreams and goals, and if they're not, get rid of them. Now, what's left, you want to figure out which ones are expiring right away. Oh, I need to be there at this time. There might be dates involved. So figure out which ones have an expiration date and put those on the priority list. And then, when you're done with that, bum, 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 you're going to be able to put the rest in your back pocket and prioritize those for later. You know, those will come up at a different time, and you'll be able to make those happen. So this is all what's happening. You're kind of going here, and it has all 10 of Cups. Family gatherings. There will be a lot of family happening in the mix, and you're going to working your schedule out to work with your family and be around the family love, okay? So you have a lot of family love available to you, and it's beautiful, and you're really handling it. It does look like things, like we talked about, some of the plotting and the planning and the scheduling, you're going to have some distance to cover. And because there's so much distance to cover, it's blocking you. And so you may have to do some other mode of transportation if you normally like to drive, you might have to fly to some of these events, and so that you can just bounce around and do what you want to do, get all the family love you can without having to book the mileage or spend the time driving, unless you have the extra time. But it doesn't look like you have the extra time. So you're working on the schedule, you're kind of figuring things out. It's going to be all right. The Eight of Swords is showing that you're almost in charge, but not really in charge, and it's blocking you to try and be in charge of the situation. So ultimately, even if you bring it up and try and get yourself in a better position, it's not really going to help. Okay, so because it's blocked, you are not in a position to change the dates of other things. There's some very strict boundaries that you're stuck in this particular week. So you kind of put those things on the calendar, mark the calendar, and then figure out what mode of transport will get you where you want to go, right? So make new decisions and come up with a plan. This is another thing where you're not going to be able to get any help with this situation. You're going to have to figure it out on your own. You may find that, oh, I can fly over here, do this thing, rent the car, then drive over there and do that thing, and then drive back to the airport, and then fly over there. So you might minimize some things, but also end up with other situations. So I think you're going to have a good time. A good time is guaranteed, but it's going to be a little woo-woo about how to plot and plan the situations, okay? It doesn't make it wrong. It doesn't make it bad. It's just exciting, okay? Cool. Now then we have the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups is here, and this is your solution. So we are talking about you creating a foundation for your heart where you are comfortable within yourself about what you're choosing to do, what you're choosing not to do. You're going to do your best to do everything you want to do, but at the same time, when everything is at the same time, you're like, okay, I can't be in 5 places at once, but I can stagger myself through. I can be here one day and I can be there another day, or in the morning I'll be one place and in the afternoon I'll be another place. But it's going to be a trick. But it has everything to do with the foundation of your heart, wanting you wanting everybody to feel loved and appreciated and taking good care. There will be the gift of finance in the process. I think somebody will help suggest that they could help out with the price of an airplane ticket if you need to, because they really want you there. And that will help you feel more secure as you step into this big plotting and planning project. It's quite a lot. So there will be the gift of finance that comes your way, or you'll have a little windfall that shows up, or you'll find a good deal on flights, or a bargain on something that makes everything easier for you, all right? And of course, the Four of Cups. Well, you got a double whammy right there. Bam, just like that. The foundation of your heart is becoming super strong and super solid. You'll have the finances to do it. This is a really beautiful thing for you this particular week. I love it. You are in a really beautiful space where everything is coming together so nicely. That you are loved. You are appreciated, Virgo. And you are really, really ready to be a part of as much as you can. It's going to be beautiful. All right? Nicely done. So let's go ahead and get a message from the Cosmic Oracle. What do we have here for you, Virgo? Oh, it's right here. Hi. Reach out, touch my hand. Okay. Perfect. So the message we got for you is, remember that you can't change anyone but yourself. Haha. So even as you're in the deliberations and the situation of trying to come up with a big plan here, you're fighting for your ideas, and you won't be able to get anyone else on board with them right away, but you're going to start having to work this out all by yourself. What your schedule will be and how you can get where you want to go. Nothing is going to change for you. You have to make the changes in yourself, all right? But I see you doing it, and you're working it out. So you can hang with your family. The foundation of your heart in 2 places at once is getting stronger. So you are going to be traveling fool is what I'm getting. You got a lot going on. You're covering a lot of territory. And I think that you're going to be on the super loved list. All right, Virgo? That's quite a bit. I'm going to leave this card right here, and we are going to get you a pocket full of rocks, all right? Yes, indeed. What is going on for Virgo? Or what will support them best? All right. So we have goldstone, we have emerald, and we have opal. All right, blue opal. Goldstone is a second chakra stone, and it's about you creating on earth whatever your higher heart wants. And your higher heart is dreaming up some big stuff, okay? It's like, I've got to do this stuff. I've got to be around my family. My family needs to know how much I love them. So I'm going to be everywhere I can be, and I'm going to make this happen. So you are boots on the ground. You are boots in an airplane. You are moving and shaking and making things happen. Good job. This is emerald, and emerald is a fourth chakra stone for your heart, and it's about healing your heart. There's something going on with your heart, Virgo, that has to do with, interestingly, I'm getting that you don't feel worthy in some ways of all this love, or you feel like you have to do things to earn their love. That's very interesting. Take that as it resonates. It may not resonate with everybody, but it feels like you did something somewhere along the line where you don't feel like you've been trying to make up for it. You know, you've been trying to make up for either not being around or not being available or whatever it was. And I want you to know that you're totally worthy, and you're working on healing that owie. You have an owie in your own heart. And the more you're around these people, the more your heart feels loved and appreciated just for who you are, instead of what you bring to the table or how much money you have or whatever all that stuff is, but just as your whole individual self. So that part of you is getting healed a little at a time as you move forward, okay? Well done. Now we have blue opal, and you're using healing words as you're fighting for your ideas and coming up with big plans. You're going to use healing words and gentle words to speak to people in a very kind way as you plot and plan your situation. And it's only going to fortify the foundation of your heart, as these people are now going, hey, let us help you. Let us help you financially. We want to help you get where you want to go and be here with us because we love you so much. And you're going to say, thank you. And it'll be great. Okay? So we're putting these rocks down right here. Well, hey, Virgo, let's go ahead and look at that mystery card, all right? So we got the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is talking about how it's important for you to consider the possibility of taking your power back in whatever situation, and then don't forget to delegate certain things, because you don't have to do it all yourself, but apparently you do have to be in charge. And we did talk about how we had the Five of Wands saying that you were going to have to do most of it on your own, but once you get to the other side of things and into the solutions, I think you will be able to delegate certain things to other people, all right? So be the boss and make sure that other people are falling in and helping you out, all right? So very cool. And you don't have to carry those rocks if you don't want to, Virgo, but if you do want to carry them, that would be great. Go ahead and comment below and let me know how it goes. If you would like to carry something else, comment below. Let me know how it goes. Thank you again for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. It really helps my little channel grow. If you haven't checked out the description box below, a lot is going on down there. I have all the decks that I use, so you can look for them on Amazon or Etsy and be able to acquire these decks for yourself, and that would be super cool. And the next thing you'll find is my schedule for all the fairs that I go to, so you can find out where I'll be across the country, and that will be super fun too. And lastly, what you'll find down there is a link so you can book a private reading. If you don't want to, if you aren't in that part of the country where I am, and you still need a reading, I'm here for you. Go ahead and book a reading, and we'll do a phone reading, all right? And know, of course, that I will never reach out to you first. If somebody reaches out to you saying that they're me, they're not me. All right? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. We will talk to you next week for the 8th through the 14th of June. Thank you, Virgo.